Hello guys, this is Sasuke's friend, and welcome to a Destiny video. I will be doing more of these Destiny videos more often, especially for the year 2, and you should see more content later on. But first, let's get to the real juicy stuff. We are going to see, let's see what XUR is today. This is the final week for XUR, at least for year 1. So let's see what he'll do. He is over here at the Vestian outpost, all the way on the right, and there's this beautiful bastard. Oh, you look so sexy. Give me what you have. Okay. Also, today, he has Helm of Saint 14. So, but the intellect would be 125. I guess it's not bad of a roll, considering that my Titan has one. But I think it has more. I think it has a better roll than that. I don't remember, but this is a really good helmet for PvE. Not much for PvP because people normally don't do the defender. So you can do it on PvP depending on how you use it. Mostly it's good on control, but everything else not so much. And then we have the Kepre Sting. Kepre Sting is very good for those who want to have their for PvP when they want to do their arc, but they want to keep the hunger so they can regenerate the health. But they also want to be invisible when they want to. Also good for gunslingers when they need to be invisible, but it's not the best gauntlet. It's not like an absolute have, but it's a very good, it's a really good gauntlet. So I recommend actually getting this before it goes away, because then I don't think the drop rate's going to appear for this more often anymore. And then we have Obsidian Mine, Void Walker. Very good, especially for PvP and for PvE, depending. You need to spam it the more you keep doing it, because the effects for it in Obsidian Mine is very good because it's insatiable, because Nova Bomb kills reduce the cooldown of your next Nova Bomb, which is very good actually, especially with energy projection. We have the upgrade defense, Inverse Shadow, really good. Now for the effects for this one, it has not much. It's the primary, reloader. Then we have the Invigoration, which is good for melee attacks when you pick up an orb. And then you have the Touch of Venom, which is the best part, actually, I had forgot to mention before the invisibility, is that it also deals 4 times more damage if you're invisible and you hit someone from behind with your melee. This is pretty much what I just said. It just, it blinds enemies. I don't think I said it, actually. Yeah, so it blinds your enemies. Anyone who enters your bubble will be blinded, and then this also has the inverted, so you get more super, and then you get increased melee speed. So yeah, it's these are really good. But Patience and Time is not that bad of a sniper rifle. I mean, consideration you're probably going to be using this for any other character. You need to be invisible when you're aiming down the sights. You can turn invisible when you're aiming down the sights. And it says Third Eye, so you can watch your surroundings, especially in PvP. It's really good because you can actually see where you are when, you don't want to snipe someone in PvP and then you get wrecked. It's arc, so it's not bad. It has some stability, more than that. And then we have the Exotic Shard, which you should probably stock up on these just in case, for upgrading new, for newer exotics. Then we have the Helmet Engram. I'm going to save this because I've been wanting to save up the engrams so that I can actually use them, which I will be making a video when the Taken King comes out on the 15th. I will set out a video that day for using all my exotic engrams. Then we have the usual heavy synthesis, then we have the Emerald Coil, Plasma Drive, then we have the Rocket Launcher, Telemetry, Sniper, and an Auto. Then we have this, as usual. Well then, now we got XUR out of the way, I will give you guys some information on the Taken King and the 2.0 update that Destiny will be giving. As you can see, this is my first informational video for Destiny, so I do apologize if I do say a couple things wrong. I am reading directly from the source, so there shouldn't be anything actually wrong, but I'm not perfect. So let's get down to business. First, you'll be, of course, the King's. I'm just getting out of the way. The elephant in the room will be gone. The King's Fall raid, which is the new raid in the Taken King, which is will be defeating Oryx most likely. It will be released on Friday, September 18th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. For me, it's 10 a.m. because I live in Oregon, so I live on the West Coast. And so, also with that information, now that the elephant's out of the room, we'll be getting a Crucible preview event, which is practically anything in the Crucible that would happen is going to give us an extra, like, couple of days, technically a week. Yeah, a week. It'll give us a week of the new Crucibles, so we can get a feel for like the maps, the way they play differently, you know, all that kind of stuff, so we can become pros before the DLC comes out. Also, to note, when it comes to the event, you have to buy the DLC after the event is over. I mean, you can play it like I just said. You can. It's with it when you have the event, but it gives you taste. Of course, it's just the way it works these days. Unfortunately, though, that you might want to actually get the DLC for the update for 2.0. The change will begin with the characters. So, the number one with the characters, the cap level for all characters and all players will be raised to 34. But if you have the Taken King, it will be raised to 40. So you can have all your very nice, you know, weapons and armors and stuff. You can be level 34, meaning you can actually still, you know, be 34. But it'll just be a level cap. So that means, for example, if you're 34, you'll have to just work up back to 34 with your actual level cap. So you won't be weaker than anyone. You won't be weaker than you were before. If anything, you might be a little bit stronger because it's an actual level cap, not your armor. So you can wear any armor you want. But if you don't have the DLC, you won't be able to do the anything like 40 and stuff like that. You'll be cut out. It's the unfortunate part is what they're doing is if you don't do the DLC, you won't get the whole experience. If you're not playing on PS4, you don't get the whole experience. Which is, I have an Xbox One, not a PS4, so unfortunately I don't have that pleasure. And also, you'll be able to level up gaining XP alone, just like with any other level cap. It's not your armor; it's just your actual level. Then your light level and your characters, like the character's light level and your level, will be separated. So that's what they were explaining is that it's actually going to be an effect on the 8. So anything with armor will not be armor; it'll just be whatever it pops up as. I don't know what the old armor is going to be. It shouldn't be more light stuff on that, meaning they could upgrade it. Meaning you can use your old armor and upgrade it, but I don't know about weapons. They said they know for weapons. So with the character level will be grandfathered into your highest possible light level of all your gear in your inventory and vault. That I do not 100% understand, so we'll have to see what happens there. I think personally that that your character level will be based on what you have as your armor base, and then it'll approve it, you know, to so like if you have certain armors that are really powerful, but you normally wouldn't have a high light level for it. I think that it would boost it up to make it, you know, more balanced. That's what I think, but we'll have to see what that actually means later. And then for the attack, defense, and ratings for armor will be translated into the new systems. And the power levels will be unchanged though, so that means whatever armor you have will be just as strong as it was before, but it'll just be translated into the new systems. So it won't be any stronger or weaker, it just will look different, and you know, text-wise. And then the Grimoire score will be moved from the nameplate to your character screen. So I assume that it'll actually have a Grimoire right under your level or something, or so like a number. And then enough for the characters. Now let's go to the quests. The quests is a quest screen will be added to your menu, which is really interesting because now we'll actually be able to see and actually have our own quest things, having to go to the inventory, have it load when you can. Because here's the best part: you don't have to do that anymore because it tracks active quests. So you can pick about 4 or 5 active quests, and then you can look at them from the side of your screen. I think when you look at your ghost, it'll appear. That's what I saw in a screenshot. That someone had had it on the side, and then they had a ghost. So I'll probably put that in the video if I'm able to. And unfortunately, all your quests will be converted to the quest system But there's a problem, is that all your incomplete quests for year one will be abandoned automatically. So whatever you have in your inventory, you might want to level up as many things as you want as fast as possible. And if you have an unfinished character, complete them as much as possible, as fast as possible, because Eris will be no longer doing her bounties, and it'll be removed. So if you want to do any more of her bounties, increase her bane, you're gonna have to wait, because then you're gonna have to do that for the Taken King, because any reputation for Eris will be put toward the Taken King. So whatever rep is for the Taken King will be just translated. So if you have a max rank, it might be a max rank either way. So you might just have a boost. And every abandoned quest will be recovered through the Hall of Guardians, which I think the Hall of Guardians is by the Vanguards. And also the bounty slots will be increased to 16, and then but here's the best part. I love this. For any one of you who are having troubles with an exotic bounty, and they're just like, crap, now I have to get rid of my bounty because they'll be abandoned. You better complete the bounties. Don't delete your bounties just yet for your exotic, because incomplete year one exotic bounties will be auto-completed with their respective vendors. So for example, if you have Thorn, but you've been wanting to get Thorn, or an Invective, or you're just not good at PvP and you can't do it, you're having problems with bad juju, problems like that. If you have just in general, normally you shouldn't, but people, not everyone is good at a certain thing. It'll automatically be auto-completed, meaning if you have like Invective or anything like that, it'll automatically be completed, and then you can just get it from them. So you practically get it for free, but you probably have to upgrade it to the new DLC. But I love that part. Now for the tower is a collection. The collections have been added to the tower, so that means if you have like special stuff, you can get the emblems and shaders from Ava, which is the shader old woman, so that means that hopefully the lady, I forget the post lady, the lady in the Awoken, I don't think she's going to be coming back. They said that she is, but I don't think she is. So, then we also have ships. Amanda Holiday will be giving out special ships. So, I don't know if ships also means the Sparrows. So, I think the Sparrows might actually be with the ships. So, just in case for those VIPs, like me, who actually have that and will get the free, our extra Sparrow, we might want to go to Holiday first, just in case, unless the post lady actually is there. So, but I don't know why she would be there if everything like special and collection will be added to different areas. Unless they actually mean that the emblems and shaders that you currently have will be moved to her, so you can separate them in different ways. I don't know if it actually works like that. We'll have to just see on the 8th. Now, for exotic armor and weapon blueprints will be added to the tower, and meaning you can, if you have a blueprint for your exotic, which you will get one for every exotic you own in your collection, even your vault, that means you can report to Vanguard and the Hall of Guardians for more information. But that also means if you somehow you actually had something, I don't know if you've had an exotic before and you got rid of it, that even counts, or what's the purpose of having blueprints, because you can just get exotics from there, but I don't really know what the whole purpose it is for, because if you have one, if you just want one for a different character, like a copy, that'd probably be useful. But for those like me who have one of each class, I don't know if that'd be actually useful. Unless you wanted weapons and you wanted to multiply the weapons on every character, that'd be useful. For armor, not so much, because you can't wear 2 exotics at the same time, nor can you wear a warlock exotic on a hunter exotic, and etc. Now, for the inventory and weapons and armor revision, is that for the weapons and armor, the revision sandbox effect, the effects for the sandbox balance will be based on the previous analysis that everyone was complaining about and everyone was cheering about. About the Thorn being nerfed, that actually having a boost, like an overtime buff, like if you shoot him three to 6 times, it gets stronger and stronger. and the nerf of the Gallahorn, which I'm still disappointed because that means you can't upgrade to the new DLC with Gallahorn, yet they nerfed the Gallahorn when they shouldn't nerf the Gallahorn if they're not going to allow it to be boosted in the first place. But I digress. With the inventory, the motes of light, when you gain for the XP, you can use that for weapons and armor. So let's just say if I'm almost there, but I have no more bounties to do because I've done all the bounties and this weapon is almost there, just a little bit there, but I have a lot of mote of light. I can use my mote of light to use that and translate it into XP for weapons and armor. So for those of you guys who have a huge amount of mote of light and they have all these weapons that need to be upgraded, and you have no use for exotic engrams after getting everything and then taking king, you don't have to waste it. You don't have to just waste it on just getting engrams and using that for shards and just, getting rid of them. There's no point anymore. Well, now there is. Yeah, you can use it for weapons and armor. So that means you can use that to upgrade over and over again. Just practically it. I don't have much mote of light because I usually use them for the engrams so that I can actually have a chance of getting them, like I mentioned before earlier in the video. Now, the the class-specific armor materials will be in favor of a unified armor material. So anything you have that has armor material will have a unified one. Practically, I think that means that it's an armor material that will be combined, so it's just a universal armor material. So if you need one for another character, but you need a specific one, you can use that, which is good for me because currently my character, my warlock, has a lot, but he has a lot of essence, but like my Titan is not good on all of his his plate steel. It's horrible. I can't upgrade anything much, but this, it can be a unified, so I can have as much as I want. And then also the Vanguard Quartermaster, the robot guy, he will exchange old materials for newer ones. So that means if you have a lot of old materials that it doesn't translate all the way, you can just give them to him and he'll just translate back to you. But it only takes effect on the 15th, unfortunately. So that means, if you have all this stuff, some of it doesn't get translated, or you want to use, you want to get more armor, it won't be there until the 15th, unfortunately. So now we have the world. The world, this is where things get complicated and start messing. It makes me a little uncomfortable, but we have to do this just for the DLC. So the world is going to be affected by the fallen wolf hunt patrols, and the quests will be gone because they will retreat in anticipation of the arrival of Oryx in our solar system. Meaning, probably instead of like randomly having one location have wolves, you can just have Oryx's stupid taken enemies is all over the place. That's going to be, like low levels are going to be really, really sad to see certain areas just get wrecked just because they walked into the wrong place at the wrong time. I hope that isn't the case. So that isn't really as complicated, but it's more of an annoyance and a disappointment, because that means you can't actually do any more of the the second DLC for the House of Wolves, because the Taken King is taken over. At least with the second DLC, you can still do the first DLC in the story mission, but now you can't even do that. You can probably do the story mission. Like another thing with the weapons, the Elder Cipher is going to be taken away, but unfortunately, you can get them in the treasure chest now. But you can't get treasure keys if you can't do the damn mission. If you can't get ether keys from the wolves to get a chance at it in the chest, nor can you actually do the quest so you can get a chance of getting a guaranteed treasure key. There's no point in going to the prison of elders. There's no point for it. It's kind of sad actually that they're removing that, unless they have like some extra thing that they move them in different locations just out of reach, so you can do that and do Oryx stuff at the same time. Or if their excuse is going to be too crowded. I can't wait for that excuse. Oh, it's too crowded. Oh well. Well, no, the full patch notes would be changed, and next week they'll give us the full details. So here's a list of things that Bungie has recommended us to do before our final moments in year one. One, we have to complete our year one bounties if we want. We don't need to delete the characters or the dismantle items just yet, because for those who actually want to play the whole experience again, don't delete your characters, because if you have your moments like that exclusive triumph moments, like when you actually have done all that stuff, you need to get that VIP. It's stuck to that character, not to your account. So if you have that on that character and you delete that character, you're not going to get that but that special year one emblem. You're not going to get it unless you delete that character. So I recommend not, and they don't recommend it either. Don't dismantle items just to save room, because you can translate that. Now, let's try the year one campaign again is what they're recommending, because Nolan North is now going to be placing, Peter Dinklage, and so far he sounds pretty good. I have his support. I watched all the live streams. It's really good. Also, they are recommending us to use our auto rifles again and practice, because they're boosting the auto rifles like hell. It's amazing. And they want us to jump into the Crucible for more action. Just recommending stuff. But they want us to destroy the remaining wolf packs and loot their chests, because they're going to remove it. And then complete. I guess they're saying also to complete the House of Wolves Grimoire, because it applies to hunting in the wild. What? It's just they're practically saying complete the Grimoire, because I don't think we'll be able to do anything in the Grimoire anymore, because they're not going to be able to do anything anymore. It's weird. Yeah, and they also mentioned the moments of triumph. That whole thing, I already explained that. They're also going to they're extending the time, because some people, I guess, are having problems with the triumph. I just want the emblem when they said they gave it to me, because I've already completed it, so not having any problems there. For those who want to know more information about the 2.0 update, it will require a 18 minimum gigabyte download for the PS4 and Xbox One users. Now for 360 and PS3 users, you will need at least a lot. It's at least 30, because if at first it'll need 20 gigs, and then for when it's fully updated and installed, then you'll need another 10. So that's 30 in general. So at least keep 30. And if you have problems, you might want to get an external hard drive or upgrade, because it's upgrading is pretty good, because you'll be able to play PS3, not PS3, 360 soon if you're on the Xbox One. And if you're a PS3 user going on PS4, congratulations, I guess. Alright, so in general, let's go over what the times are. The extended time for the Moments of Triumph is extended to the 14th at 1 minute before midnight Pacific time. So 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So one minute before the 15th, you have to have it there. So if you're fighting Skolas, the last minute, like 11:58 p.m. Pacific time, boom, you get it. If you've beaten everything else, that's amazing. Yeah. And so, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Mostly informational stuff and a little bit of XUR. So if you like this video, you can like and subscribe. And if there's anything else you would like, just watch more of my videos, and you'll see more Destiny videos soon. Well, thank you guys, and have a nice day.